Good evening. Thank you for joining us for the candidate speeches and the question and answer session. It takes a lot of courage to run for a state office. Please show these candidates courtesy and respect as they share their ideas to lead PA-TSA in the upcoming school year. To show respect, we are asking that you put away all cell phones and electronic devices during candidate speeches. If you need to leave to use the restroom, please wait until the current speech is finished. All delegates must stay for the entire meeting for this evening, including speeches, questions, and answers. We will conclude this meeting at 11 p.m. so that you can report to your chapter the information you learned this evening. Please listen carefully to the ideas these candidates propose so that your chapter can make an educated decision about the state officer team. The procedure for this evening's meeting is as follows. All delegates have registered upon entering. You must attend and be present for the entire meeting in order to vote in the elections tomorrow evening. Candidates for each office will give a 1 to 2 minute speech. At the conclusion of the speeches, delegates will be able to ask questions addressed to individual candidates or groups of candidates. Please be aware that due to the large number of candidates, group questions may take several minutes. Please limit the number of group questions. So let's begin with speeches from candidates running for the office of Sergeant at Arms. Chris Chukagian.
Good evening, PA-TSA. I'm Chris Chukagian, aka Chewy. So I'm running for your next PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms, and basically, when you think of Sergeant at Arms, or when you think of a candidate in general, you want a person who is nice, honest, caring, persistent, involved, open-minded, ready for anything, trustworthy, maybe a little OCD about things, creative, and definitely motivated. You also want somebody who gives 200% into everything that they do. I'm a guy who will make you smile. I'll help you guys with decisions, make you feel comfortable. I will definitely solve potential and current problems. Even though it's outside of my office, I will definitely pursue my office activities also. And I will also ensue the ideas of the PA-TSA membership. As whatever you guys have ideas, I will bring that forward, make sure we have that brought to the attention of people. So if you want a guy who can do all this, you should definitely vote for Chris. My fellow TSA members and advisors, along with state and national officers, have helped me excel as a person by showing me that winning is only secondary to trying, because failure creates an opportunity to learn and better ourselves. I thank them for that and all their support. Also, I want to thank all the members of PA-TSA for making this a great experience running for office this year. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you guys vote me for your next PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms.
Next is Max Hunt.
Hello, PA-TSA. I'm not Fred, but I would still like to be your next Sergeant at Arms. So what do I bring to the table? What makes me the best choice for Sergeant at Arms? With innovative ideas and extensive qualifications, I plan on revolutionizing Pennsylvania TSA. My goals. When I joined the organization in 6th grade, I was extremely fortunate to be joining a thriving chapter with dedicated members and advisors to assist me in any way possible. Through them, I was introduced to the standard for TSA events, a standard that is ambiguous at best for starting chapters and chapters gaining new events. It is my mission to delineate and implement a system that better supports the needs of the members. This system includes the circulation of previous winning events, so incoming chapters will flourish and the standard of all TSA projects is raised. Another goal of mine is to increase intercommunication between the members. Although the mixer is a great time to relax and have fun, there's not really much mixing that goes on there. Excuse me. To foster relations, I would like to designate a room for students who just want to relax and make friends. This way, friendships are made, stress levels are reduced, and the overall conference experience is improved. My qualifications. What makes a good state officer? A talented, experienced, and passionate member of TSA who will put the needs of the members first. I assure you that I meet all of these qualifications, and am currently serving as my Sergeant at Arms. And furthermore, I have attended 3 DuPont Leadership Academy sessions and am the upcoming chapter for my Ultimate Frisbee team, which, by the way, it's a sport. Like, come on. Pennsylvania TSA is an incredible organization at the forefront of innovation. By teaching STEM theories, TSA is creating tomorrow's leaders. There is, however, room for improvement, and I believe that as a state officer, I can make the changes necessary to advance this organization. The hunt for your next Sergeant at Arms is over. Thanks, and don't forget to vote Max Hunt for PA-TSA.
Next is Olivia Johnston.
Back when I was in 6th grade, I fell in love with TSA. As my love for the club grew, so did my involvement. And now, almost 3 years later, I want to take it a step further by running to be your next PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms. What does a Sergeant at Arms really do? The Sergeant at Arms is supposed to be welcoming, to be inviting, to make everyone feel comfortable. I believe that this applies not only to the members of our state chapter, but to other groups. Imagine if PA-TSA formed alliances with other states like Delaware and Ohio. We could meet with them throughout the year, forming friendships, connections. We could even do something I like to call judge sharing, which would make it easier to find judges for state and regional conferences. Connecting means communicating. Communicating what exactly? That PA-TSA is a leader and the nationals should be moved back to our state. We started the Green Initiative, didn't we? Furthermore, if nationals was in PA-TSA, or Pennsylvania, imagine how many more of us could go. Think of how low the cost for the conference would be if it was in your backyard. If elected, I, Olivia Johnston, will work to connect with other states, to bring nationals back to Pennsylvania, and to increase membership at Bucknell. Thank you, and remember Olivia, head and shoulders above the rest.
Next is Sabrina Kanig.
Hello, PA-TSA. My name is Sabrina Kanig, and I am running to be your next 2012-2013 Sergeant at Arms. The duty of Sergeant at Arms is to see that the meeting place is properly prepared and suitable. However, if elected, I plan to fulfill these duties to the best of my ability and more. Since a major part of the state officer team is planning the state conference, I have many ideas in mind that I will bring to the table to make everyone's experience more enjoyable. Primarily, I think that technology goes beyond computers, robots, and engineering. For example, some of the oldest forms of technology are in the culinary arts. As your next Sergeant at Arms, I would like to add more events. I would like to include not only events based upon simple sciences and technology, but since technology is constantly changing, adding events that are out of the box and more current would not only broaden our horizons, it could also reel in new members who have interests in these fields. Another one of my ideas includes more mixers and social gatherings in order to bring together different chapters of TSA to make friendships that would last a lifetime, despite the rivalry formed from competition. As your next PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms, I promise to take anything you throw at me and use my leadership skills leadership skills that I have accumulated over the years of being an officer in my chapter and attending multiple Bucknell leadership conferences. So remember, vote for me, Sabrina Kanig, for your next PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you, candidates running for Sergeant at Arms. Next will be the candidates running for reporter, and we will start with Christina Dinardi.
Hi, PA-TSA. My name is Christina Dinardi, and I want to be your next reporter. I'm currently the parliamentarian of the Hampton chapter and a sophomore at Hampton High School. This is my second year at TSA. Last year, I placed first in on-demand video and was the only freshman in my chapter to attend nationals. My goal for TSA is better communication throughout the year. I propose that PA-TSA uses a mass texting system at nationals so that PA teams can easily borrow equipment from each other to complete their projects if their projects have technical difficulties. Moreover, I propose to improve official TSA publications by making them more clear, concise, and relevant. Furthermore, I support the works of the Green Initiative. This year for on-demand video, we can submit the final video through a DVD. I hope to expand on this by using private internet video channels to submit final videos in on-demand video and digital video production, preventing any DVD incompatibility issues or errors. I also hope to limit the amount of paper used at PA-TSA events. If I become a reporter, I will work hard to improve PA-TSA and your overall TSA experience. Thank you.
Next up is Christian Schaefer.
How many of you have ever been asked the question, what is TSA? Of course, we all have, yeah, thank you. We all have, and it's part of being a TSA member. As members, it's our job to make sure that people not only know what we do, but truly understand what we do and why we do it. I'm Christian Schaefer. I'm from Plymouth White Marsh High School. I'm a junior, and I believe that it's time that we make TSA a household name. During my 4 years in TSA, I've had to field that question many times, and I've learned that no matter what we tell people, inevitably they'll think that we do robotics. For people to truly understand TSA, we have to show them what we do, not tell them. I would like to create a technology journal to publish and showcase the best and brightest of TSA's competitive entries, giving you the recognition you deserve. As I have served in my chapter as both treasurer and president, and I've learned invaluable lessons about how to be a leader. I would like to use these lessons I've gained, as well as yours, to help improve our communication through officer forums and an online version of the PA Post, giving everyone a voice. We're already on the road to success, but we're not doing the world a service unless we make TSA a household name. For this to happen, we need to improve our communication. In my own chapter, I've done this even if it meant contacting each member individually. I'm a worker, I'm a problem solver, I'm a leader, and I'm a reporter. And as a reporter, I will cover the road to success. When you vote Schaefer, that's what you'll get. Thank you.
Next up is Satara Sounderajan.
Before TSA. Hi everyone, my name is Satara Sounderajan and I'm running to be your next PA-TSA reporter. After TSA. Hi everyone, my name is Satara Sounderajan and I'm running to be your next PA-TSA reporter. Now TSA is what brought me on the stage tonight. TSA is what taught me everything I know about leadership. And it's TSA that transformed me from a shy girl to an outgoing member of TSA on your stage right now. Now, why am I on the stage? Well, I want to contribute to TSA. I want to give it back to TSA. I've already done this by contributing to every PA post since my freshman year, so for the past 2 years. And I've also been a chapter officer for the past 3 years. Now, I want to take it one step further. I want to transform TSA, and just like it transformed me. So how do I plan on doing that? 3 major steps. First, I'd like to create an initiative program or initiative page on the PA-TSA website. So this will be compiled of different STEM, engineering programs, mathematics programs, science and technology programs for you guys to be, any of you who are interested. Now, this means you can go onto the website, click on the initiative page, and simply acquire knowledge on anything that you want to acquire knowledge on. And you can go meet doctors, meet scientists, meet those amazing mathematicians, and be those TSA leaders that we want you guys to be. Second, many of you are aware that we are supposed to, as reporters, we're supposed to oversee the PA posts. Now, I would like to actually continue Ben Hewitt's practice of distributing them, and this leads to my final goal. I want you guys to not merely be in TSA, but I want you guys to enjoy it. Compete, but enjoy the trip there. So want to write for the PA Post? Let me know. Want to get information about the initiative page? Let me know. I'd genuinely like to help you. So with that, join, compete, lead, and vote Satara to succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidates running for reporter. Next up will be the office of treasurer. Brady Sheehan.
Salutations, everyone. My name is Brady Sheehan, Wimmer TSA, and I'm here to hopefully become your next PA-TSA state treasurer. There are a few major points that I'd like to talk about today. I mainly pride myself in being a leader and extremely hard worker, and while I'm in office, I'm going to tackle many new things that will benefit all of you as PA-TSA members. The definition of a leader is a person who influences a group of people towards a goal. Leadership is one of the most important qualities needed for an officer in any organization, and I greatly exemplify these characteristics. I am very creative and believe that the only way to be an effective leader in any organization or government is to keep up communication between everyone. I'm always thinking 3 steps ahead and have a very open mind. I developed leadership skills throughout my life due to all the activities and organizations I'm involved in. I'm currently one of the assistant coordinators and advisors for the Faith and Light community in Altoona, Johnstown Diocese. This organization has taught me patience, and being around people with special needs really opened my eyes. Along with all of these, I belong to the National Honor Society, play varsity football, and work a part-time job, I have plans that will increase college and university involvement in the TSA. I want these universities to be able to come here and judge our events, as well as talk about their college and how events in TSA relate to college activities. My second idea is to create a competitive recycling challenge and incorporate all of PA-TSA. I want all of you guys to be able to recycle in your individual chapters and then contribute to the state level, and the funds can be tallied up, and we can find a winner, of course. And my third idea is to enhance the partnership with the American Cancer Society. I want all of you to be able to start a Relay for Life team in your area. So I want to aid you guys in starting your own Relay for Life team that could incorporate all of TSA and raise more funds to the American Cancer Society. If I could tell you one more thing before I go, I would tell you, don't be shady, vote for Brady. But in all seriousness, I'm here to represent you as your next TSA state treasurer and get your ideas into office. One of the most important things I can do as your treasurer is keep you financially aware of everything I'm doing, and I can do that by keeping communications up between you and I, as well as between myself and the state officers. So before I go, I want to remind you to remember these meaningful words. Don't be shady, vote for Brady. Brady for TSA State Treasurer. Thank you, everyone.
Next up is Megan Rapuano.
My advisor once told me, TSA is a family. It may be disgruntled at times, but it is a family nonetheless. Now, after having been in TSA for a few years, I, Megan Rapuano, know there is no way to deny this. TSA has done so much for me, and I want to give back. I want TSA to expand its membership across the board so that more people can know that amazing feeling of a finished event or walking across that award stage knowing you did your best. I also want all of you to get the most out of your TSA experience. That is why, if I am elected as PA-TSA Treasurer, I want to gain corporate sponsors. And not only could these corporate sponsors help us lower registration fees, but they could also help judge events. Imagine walking into your electronic gaming interview and your judge is a professional game maker. To be quite frank, corporations should be lining up to sponsor us. We could be their future. No, we are their future. Along with networking with corporate sponsors, I also want all new TSA members to be able to meet and talk about their events with more experienced members. I know when I was in TSA in 6th grade, I had no idea what to expect. But I want every single new member to be able to have the opportunity to learn at TSA workshops throughout the year. I have so many ideas to contribute, and I really hope that you will give me, Megan Rapuano, the opportunity to lead you as PA-TSA State Treasurer. Thank you so much and have a great night. And remember, network, expand, learn. Megan.
Thank you, candidates running for treasurer. Next up will be the candidates running for secretary. First, Ben Hewitt.
Hello, Pennsylvania TSA. My name is Ben Hewitt, and I want to be your next state secretary. This past year, I served as your state reporter, during which time there were several things that I accomplished, such as creating a special interest session for developing apps, working on a PA-TSA app for the Android, and sending out copies of the PA Post to every PA-TSA chapter. And even though I'm proud of what I have done, what I really want to talk to you about is what I will do if elected as your next state secretary. Pennsylvania TSA is one of the most successful TSA delegations in the entire country, and I want to secure our spot as the best delegation out there. In a time of educational budget cuts, it's important to show how amazing TSA is to the very people who decide what programs to cut. That's why I want to invite political and business leaders to our state conference so that they can see firsthand the incredible impact that TSA has on students. Everyone in the audience, please raise your hand if you actually know what's discussed at state officer team meetings. I want to make sure that everybody is able to contribute to what is discussed at each state officer team meeting. Through a publicized agenda that can be added to by PA-TSA members, the state officer team will be able to talk about what you want us to talk about so that we can better serve you. Now you may be wondering, why does this matter? Why should I care? What do these ideas mean for the regular TSA member? Well, I can tell you. These ideas will get your voice heard. These ideas will bring more people to TSA. These ideas will prove once and for all that not Oklahoma, not Virginia, but Pennsylvania is the best TSA delegation in the entire country. So when voting for the secretary position, vote for more publicity for our organization, vote for involvement of TSA members, and vote for Ben to do it again. Thank you.
Next is Samantha Hy.
John Pucain once said, "The task of leadership is not to put greatness into people, but to elect it, for the greatness is there already." There is greatness already in TSA, and I want to document that greatness in order to share it with our organization and the world. My name is Samantha Hy, and I'm running to be your next PA-TSA State Secretary. During my term, I would want to try and compile event information into a sort of advice database. This would provide a great way to see what the most common mistakes to try to avoid are and collect general competition advice. As the former secretary and current president of my chapter, I have the experience and parliamentary excellence in order to accurately keep the minutes of all meetings, as that is the most important aspect of a good secretary. As secretary, it would be my goal to document our organization in order to work with the other officers to advertise and improve upon what is going on in our organization. I have been a member of TSA for 3 years, 3 of the most amazing years of my life. During this time,
I have noticed that while there are abundant opportunities for high school students to get involved with PA-TSA, the same cannot be said to the same degree for middle school students. I hope to find ways to get middle school voices to be heard, as well as high school. I promise that if I am elected, I will not only go above and beyond with my secretarial duties, but also improve communication and organization by listening to your suggestions. TSA has team events for a reason, and as an organization, we must work as a team. I will be a team player, and I will do what is best for PA-TSA. So please, vote Samantha Hy for your next PA-TSA State Secretary.
Next is Victoria Lee.
All right. So, hi everybody. Think back to your first day of high school or middle school. Were you scared, worried, or nervous? I remember my first day of high school. I was terrified and unsure about how the next 4 years of my life would turn out. However, during a communications class, my teacher introduced me to TSA and I started to attend the meetings. And eventually, I found that TSA wasn't just another club to put on your college application, but it's a family. It made my fears and worries about high school dissipate. TSA welcomed me with open arms, making me feel a sense of happiness and acceptance. I felt myself becoming more involved and more attached with the members of TSA as time progressed. I thought about how I could give back to an organization that has given me a lot. I found that I could follow the TSA motto of learning to live in a technical world as well as give back to this organization by serving as a state officer. This is why I want to be your next state secretary. I want to have the honor of representing you. I also want to instill the sense of euphoria that TSA gives me in each and every one of you. As secretary, I will continue to take good and detailed minutes. I also pledge to improve communications between the executive leaders and the members because you, as members, deserve to have a say and shape the future of PA-TSA. I'm currently first in the state for word processing, showing I have the experience and talent that is required for the job of secretary. I will utilize the experience and work I put forth in my chapter for PA-TSA. So I leave it in the hands of you all to live in a technical world with me, Victoria Lee, as secretary. Thank you.
Thank you to the candidates running for secretary. Next will be the office of the vice president. First, Brandon Houghton.
Hello, PA-TSA. Hey, I'm glad I'm as excited as you guys are. Yeah, cool. All right, my name is Brandon Houghton. I'm running to be your 2012-2013 PA State Vice President. My 3 goals of my office are to provide new opportunities to you members, give you members a voice, and to give recognition to you through colleges and other portals. How many of you guys have heard of Autodesk or used Autodesk? Like, come on, I want to see some hands. Yeah, see, that's a lot of you. For those of you that don't know, Autodesk is like 3D software programming, and it's really awesome. And it's free for you students, and it's subsidized. What I've done is I've sent an email to Sony talking to some of the people that I want to get other software subsidized just like Autodesk. I want to get things like, I want to get advanced audio and visual editing software such as Sony Vegas, Sony SoundForge, and other things. Also, I want to get colleges out here, and I want to get them seeing the hard work you guys put forth. You guys put a ton of effort into your projects, and I want colleges to be able to see what TSA is and why it matters on a resume. Also, I want to give you guys a voice. There's something called Google Moderator that allows all of you to go on and create questions and other things, and then vote up other people's questions and concerns and suggestions for changing TSA. When I was out campaigning, I had hundreds of great ideas on how to improve TSA, small minutia, but great ideas nonetheless. I believe that through Google Moderator and other things like this that I can put in place as president, that you will be able to change TSA in a way you've never been able to before. I strive to push the envelope and really drive home the change that you've been needing in your PSA, PA-TSA state officers. Also, there's a lot of STEM money and funding going into the coming out of the government. I hope to apply for grants and try to get that money in. Thank you, and remember, vote for the Fro.
Next is Erica Komp.
Hello, everyone. My name is Erica, and I'm a sophomore. Oh, this is really not B. I'm a sophomore at Plymouth Whitemarsh High School, and I feel that I have what it takes to be your next PA-TSA Vice President. The reason I joined TSA was because of my love for art and technology. I love photography and especially graphic design. TSA just seemed like the perfect fit for me. After being Central Monco Technical High School's Vice President and participating in Skills USA, I heard about TSA and decided to jump right in. Being a vice president at a school has taught me lots of things about leadership, how to lead meetings and fundraisers, but that isn't the only place I've learned leadership. For the past 11 years, I've been a dedicated member of Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts has taught me independence, but most importantly, leadership. Being a Girl Scout gives you the opportunity to travel and do community service. Last summer, I went to Iceland and did lots of community service. When I'm not traveling, I'm teaching younger girls how to become a leader among our world today. Alongside of Girl Scouts and being a vice president, I still managed to take dance classes, teach dance for art. I've learned how to be dedicated to whatever you love, and I love TSA. Not only will I try to improve our membership, but I also want local businesses to know who we are and what we do. I want you to have fun and enjoy everything that TSA has to offer. I want to be right alongside of you and helping you through and answering any questions that may come about. Every single one of us can do something special, maybe fashion or engineering or even biotechnology. We are all amazing. So vote Erica for PA-TSA Vice President.
Next is Chris Liu.
Good evening, PA-TSA. My name is Chris Liu. I'm a junior, and I am running to serve you as Vice President. I've been in TSA for 5 years. I've been Sergeant at Arms and President of my chapters, and I'm currently President at Lower Merion High School. This past year, I served on the membership committee and played an instrumental role in increasing PA-TSA's growth. I also got a first-hand look at how our current Vice President, Drew Pillay, took the initiative to increase interest in joining PA-TSA. With this experience, I'm truly ready to assume the role of your next Vice President. You know, my chapter has a lot of unity. As you can see, we work together as a team to solve day-to-day issues. We're like a family in the way we support each other and want to see each other succeed. We always believe in the idea that it is us versus the problem. I want to bring that same idea to PA-TSA. I want to bring us closer together. I want to promote cooperation and unity. This can be accomplished by creating an online forum where students can discuss various topics. Together, we can help a middle schooler transition into a high schooler. Together, we can help members start events that they've never done before. Together, we can give advice to members running for state office. Together, we can learn more and become better individuals. Most importantly, I'm committed to PA-TSA. There's nowhere I would rather be, and there's no one I would rather serve than you. Thank you for your time, and I would be honored if you would vote for me, Chris Liu, for Vice President. Together, we will take TSA to infinity and beyond.
Next is Sabrina Sak.
PA-TSA. My name is Sabrina Sak, and I'm currently serving as your state secretary. This past term, I've proposed several amendments to the Alumni Association, as well as a fund dedicated to supporting inner-city TSA chapters. However, this year, I would like to be your 2012-2013 vice president. So much has been given to me, the friends I've made, the chances I've gotten, the character I've built. Sorry. So because of my passion, my motivation, and my initiative, I want to give back to TSA and the membership. But first, I need all of you to think about something. Do you check PA-TSA.org regularly? Well, if I'm elected, I will support making PA-TSA.org more innovative, more informative, and more interactive for all our members. I will support that we are a technology student association. Now another question. This year we've had 12 new chapters join Pennsylvania TSA. So think of this. Do you remember your first state conference and you were feeling uncertain about what do the judges want? What should my project look like? You had tons of questions that didn't have answers. So I would like to propose a system to answer those questions. And that system would be a TSA database where you could see past events and have that judge feedback for yourself, with an online forum to give and receive advice. So, PA-TSA, my qualifications and my experience certainly makes me a good candidate for office. But what sets me apart is who I am. Vote for the candidate that has the passion, the initiative, and the motivation to make Pennsylvania TSA an even greater association. Vote Sabrina Sak as your next vice president. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates for vice president. Next, the candidate for president, Matt Basil.
PA-TSA, look at me. Now look at your state president. Now back to me. Now back to your state president. Now back to me. No, I'm not your state president. But if you vote for me, you could give me the privilege and the opportunity to serve as your 2012-2013 state president. In the official PA-TSA candidate officer description, it states that the role of the president is to, most importantly, motivate and support the activities of the state officer team. And that is where my greatest strengths lie. I have the experience, the leadership, and the initiative to take the state officer team and lead not only them, but all of PA-TSA. My time as state officer, the Sergeant at Arms, was invaluable, and as head of the conference planning committee, it taught me not only how to work with the state officer team, but how to plan a great conference for you guys and all the inner workings that goes into being a state officer. I have the leadership ability that's necessary to take a team of kids that may have never met each other before tomorrow night and create a working, capable team that's going to make a great state conference for you guys and make an even better organization out of PA-TSA. And furthermore, I have the initiative. I have the drive. I have that inner fire that burns for PA-TSA and for everything that I devote myself to. I put myself best foot forward, fullest potential, and I can inspire that in other people. And I want to use that every day with the state officer team to inspire all of us to making PA-TSA the best possible. PA-TSA is a fantastic organization that has affected thousands of students' lives, mine included. Last year, you gave me the opportunity to serve as your Sergeant at Arms, and now I ask you to give me the privilege to lead PA-TSA into this next year. Thank you.
Thank you, speakers. Great job. It is not an easy feat. This concludes the speaking portion, and next will be the question and answer section. Please remain seated. If you would like to ask a question, please see Lisa Tilisoy at the front microphone. Please address the particular candidate or state officer position and state your question clearly. The questions will conclude no later than 10:50 p.m.
That's her job.
Why speaking?